Take your criticism, man, stick it up your, just met your girl and she's about to give up the, keep talking crazy. When I'm around, act like, when he comes up missing, well, you already know. I got my control over a troll. For me to acknowledge your existence, it will cost you a toll. It will cost you a fee to get attention from thee. But I think it's cute you have time for mentioning me.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Fury says that Wilder will realize he's the same fighter after one round. He had a lot more to say, and we're going to discuss all of it after this clip. So let's take a listen to what Tyson Fury had to say.
You beat him in the build-up to both fights. After the last fight, that was another big setback for him. And we heard him come out with a whole range of excuses about that. Do you think that you're still in his head, or do you think the time off will have allowed him to kind of focus on himself a bit more?
I think that he has had time to do what he wants to do now, time to get over the beating he got last time, and he's got this new trainer and his new bag carriers around him and all these yes men and all that. And I think that he's going to come in really fired up for the fight. But the fact that after one round he's going to be thinking, wow, we're back at where we started again. Because like I always said, I even said to Frank a long time ago, if he couldn't beat me after 3 years out of the ring and 10 stone weight loss, he never has the chance of beating me. He's never going to beat me. None of them will. They're all, as I like to say, I like to use this word a lot because compared to me, they're just bums. They're just hyped up bums, all of them. Wilders, Joshua's, Usyk's, all of them. They're all bums. And compared to me, they're all no good.
But Wilder is, I would say, the most devastating puncher.
Right, so we'll leave it there for now. So I'll turn it over to you, Conspiracy. What's your reaction to what Tyson Fury had to say about Wilder? As everything he had to say about Wilder.
Well, first, I like to applaud him for finally putting on a mask.
And he got it on the wrong way.
But yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Usually, I could respect Fury. I may disagree, but this time, I feel like he's lying to himself. Like, because he didn't seem as confident as he usually is. And just recently, what he said to AJ, now I'm like, this is kind of strange. He was like, AJ won't fight me with all the belts not on the line. And I'm like, what you mean, bro? Like, all y'all got the belts, just fight. Unless he's anticipating he's about to lose. And to me, I'm just like, man, I don't know, man, Fury. And all of these rumors about him getting hurt in camp and, all of that stuff. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not as confident in Fury as a lot of Fury fans are. And I know y'all like, that doesn't count. You're a Wilder supporter. I get it. But I'm more confident. Well, let me be fully objective. Minus that hook video from Wilder. Minus the hook video.
Can we show that? No?
We don't need to show that. We don't need to show that.
You know what I'm saying? But minus that video, I'm like, you know what? Wilder's on the right track. And I think Wilder could pull this off, right? And so I don't know, man. Fury, it sounds good. It sounds cute, right? But it's hard with Fury because sometimes it's like, is he capping? Does he really mean it? And then I'll say this. Even if Wilder, right, realizes he's the same fighter as the last fight, Wilder still had a heart of a champion. He kept getting up. He didn't back down. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear Fury talking like that, I'm just like, come on, man. Like, now I'm not gonna say, like, I don't know. We won't know until the fight, right? If all of the stuff he's been working on with Malik Scott is actually gonna show up on fight night. Right? I'm hoping it does, but again, I don't know. That's really on Wilder. But what I do know is prior to this trilogy, Wilder always had a heart of a champion. It's not like Fury just gonna put one punch, knockout, he's done. Wilder's gonna keep getting up until you finally like permanently put him down. So for that, I'm still giving Wilder a fighter's chance and a puncher's chance because again, he is still Deontay Wilder.
All right. Nostradamus or Dollar Bill Nostradamus?
Um, I well, what Fury says is something that we all said and agreed on this show. I believe when Caden brought this up long time ago. Like, this is a new trainer, right? And no matter, he's been fighting a certain way for so long, you know, that when he gets in there, he might forget everything that he done learned and result to the same Wilder once things uh, are not looking good. So I believe that Tyson Fury has something there because he hasn't been training with Malik for long. This will be their first fight together, even though, like Tyson Fury said, that was his bag handler. Other than that, that wasn't his trainer, and this is his first time training. And they say you can never teach your old dog new tricks. That's what they say, right? And maybe this is what it is. Wilder, he might learn these things in the gym, but I think since he hasn't had another opportunity to work it out on another fighter, I think once he gets into a certain situation with a Tyson Fury, I agree with Tyson Fury on this one. Even though I don't like when Tyson Fury be talking sometimes because it'd be a lot of rubbish, I agree with this. Once he gets hot and heavy in there, Wilder might forget everything that he learned and resort back to the same Wilder. So I don't think that that's far-fetched.
Can we at least give him the benefit of the doubt, seeing that AJ and Tyson Fury implemented new strategies and they became victorious? Shouldn't we give Wilder the same opportunity? Because he could do what Fury did and what AJ did.
But this is what I was getting at, bro. And no disrespect to Wilder, those guys always had this thing in them to try to get better. Wilder never had that in him. He always said, all I needed was the big right here. He never said that he needed to work on things. Every time you watch, you seen that these guys was getting better and working on new things. We seen new things from them. We didn't get that from Wilder, with all due respect, G. But I get what you were saying.
All right. Ned, the TBE.
Tyson once said, every fighter has a plan once they get hit in the mouth. Not this Tyson Fury, but Mike Tyson said that. And I feel Wilder has a plan until he gets beaten and battered. I feel, and Tyson Fury saying this, Tyson Fury is coming with that same energy from the second fight. He's going to beat, bruise, and batter Deontay Wilder. So, Fury, I was riding with you the first time, and I'm riding with you again. You're going to beat that boy badly.
I would ask the whole Trails Red do-rag so for a Nostradamus moment, but I really don't feel like I can consider this a Nostradamus moment. I think if you're just looking at things from an objective standpoint, Fury said all the things I pointed out a long time ago, which was that he had to lose 100 pounds in weight. He was out for 2.5 years. He fought 3 fights in 9 months. The third fight was Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder still couldn't beat him. And if you couldn't beat him then, I feel he feels like you're never going to beat him. Well, when I point that out, of course, I look in the comment section and I see people saying, oh, the light-skinned dude doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, hi, people. The light-skinned dude, that's me, by the way, predicted that Fury would beat Deontay Wilder in the first fight, which, although it was a draw, one person was happy with the draw, the other person was disappointed. So watch the tape again. The guy who's usually happy with a draw is one who felt like he could have lost. So a lot of people know, and I believe that Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder in the first fight, but cool. I predicted he would. And in the second fight, I predicted he would destroy Deontay Wilder, which is what happened again. So all of you saying that the light-skinned dude doesn't know what he's talking about, well, check the tape. So with that being said, it's because of these things that Tyson Fury's talking about. Tyson Fury's talking about how he was off for 2.5 years. He was inactive. Then he had to lose weight. Then he got the fight, fought Deontay Wilder, third fight in 9 months, and he still got a draw. So once he had time to have a full camp, focus on Deontay Wilder, and yes, he did switch his trainer, and yes, he did implement a new style to fight Deontay Wilder, but that was after the first fight with Deontay Wilder, and he recognized once he got off the canvas in that 12th round and went straight at Wilder that why am I running? I can beat this dude going straight at him, and that was his strategy in the second fight, and he brought in Sugar Hill Stewart. The irony of this situation and what G and Wilder fans don't understand is you get out what you put in. So when Joshua lost, everyone said Joshua was a fraud, especially the Wilder fans. Go check the tape. They said he was a phony. They said he was this. The Wilder fans want us to give Wilder the benefit of the doubt that he can change his stripes and do something different in the rematch with Tyson Fury, but they didn't give Joshua that benefit of the doubt. Remember, when Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz, they were talking about how he had no chance in the rematch. He was too robotic to learn how to box. He should fight someone else. He shouldn't fight Andy Ruiz in a rematch. Go look at the Mayweather gym. Everyone picked Andy Ruiz. G picked Andy Ruiz. G was talking about how Joshua wasn't going to be able to move and outbox Andy Ruiz, and he was
boys are back in style.
Yeah, it's not really relevant, but the big boys were back in style.
And you see, and I was wrong.
But the point is, you didn't give him the benefit of the doubt. So it's ironic that you want everyone else to give Wilder the benefit of the doubt now. See, it's no fun when the rabbit. It's no fun when the rabbit got the gun, right? Now, so we're getting back to this. When Tyson Fury changed his trainer, Deontay Wilder saw that as a sign of weakness. Remember at the press conference, Wilder glorified the fact that he had his same team. He never had to change trainers. He was able to do the same old things he always wanted to do. And he said Tyson Fury was running scared because he went and changed his camp. And I remember this off the top of the dome because I remember watching it. And this is when I knew my pick was on the money. Tyson Fury said, why did I change trainers? Because I wanted to. Why did I do this? Because I wanted to. And then he just went in. When Tyson speaks, I can tell when he's being real, and I'll get into that in a second. But I can tell after he made that speech, I was like, Wilder is in trouble, and he was. So why do you want me to see Deontay Wilder switching trainers as a pro for him and give him the benefit of the doubt when Wilder fans in Wilder's camp viewed Tyson Fury switching trainers as a desperate move and as him being afraid? So why is it good for Wilder, but it was bad for Tyson Fury? See, so now he's getting that same energy and Wilder fans are mad. Again, it ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what Tyson Fury said. I do think he believes it. Wholeheartedly, I think he believes it because it is what it is. It's the truth. You couldn't beat him when he wasn't as good as he is now. And so now you got your bag carrier. And if you don't believe he's his bag carrier, okay, the man took a dive for Deontay Wilder. Y'all can say whatever you want. Watch that fight. You telling me he couldn't get up and keep fighting? Okay, if you don't think that Malik Scott, you think Malik Scott has too much integrity to take a dive, so you don't believe he took a dive against Deontay Wilder, watch his fight against Luis Ortiz. The man couldn't stand up. He was just finding places to fall on the canvas. He must have been real comfortable down there. That's all I'm saying. So, all right, so take a look at that fight. You think it's integrity. So not only was he his opponent and he went down off of a phantom punch, you know what I'm saying? Then he was in his corner. Then he was his hype man. You can see he made a song for Deontay Wilder. You can see them jumping up and dancing, jumping up and hugging each other. He's young. He's black. He's rich. He's that. It was his hype man. Now he's his trainer. So Tyson Fury is accurate when he says this man literally hired his yes man and bag carrier. But okay, so cool. That's another fact that Tyson Fury brought up. When he says that after the first round, it's going to be more of the same, I believe him because I believe what Trill pointed out. Tyson Fury has been boxing, been a student of the game from the moment he turned a professional. Same with Anthony Joshua. Deontay Wilder never wanted to train. He never wanted to hear criticism. The irony of the situation is he bragged about his team being loyal, having the same people his entire career. And as soon as he lost, he realized the thing that I've been saying, that Trill has been saying since 2015. He needs to get better if he wants to beat the elite. And now, at the grand old age of 36, he's finally trying to polish up the good old boxing skills. But the problem is, it's too little too late. And I think he's going to get sparked out again.
Let us know. You got something to say, G?
Have faith.
let, let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe and check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services.
Light-skinned dude is a hater. He says nothing but facts.
Phantom's album, Destined for Stardom, out now on all streaming services. You know who we are. We love the haters.
When things seem bleak, walk with me. To navigate these streets, walk with me.